everyone, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be choosing my June TBR using my TBR jar. It's been a little while since I've used this. I'm excited to get back to it. I've been mood reading recently and I've kind of missed having the TBR to choose from to kind of narrow things down. So I'll be glad to have this again. But as far as what I'm hoping to choose, what I'm kind of prioritizing, I really want to continue series. I will also at the end of the video pick one series to continue just to make sure I'm at least continuing one. I also have the spring TBR that I made and somehow completely forgot. I've read like maybe 1 or 2 books off of it. It'd be nice to read a couple more before I make my summer TBR. And then I have 3 library books that are due back soon. I have Air of Fire, I have The Liar's Knot, and I have Silver Cloak. So I'm hoping to be able to add those as well. So let's go ahead and choose the first prompt. Hoping we get a good one. It's like I said, it's been a while since I've used this. I'm hoping it won't be too rough. Okay, that's not great. I mean, it is. I got seasonal pick. And like I just said, I am wanting to finish up this spring TBR, or at least continue on it. But as far as spring goes, I feel like it's the season that kind of inspires my reading mood the least. So picking a spring book might be kind of difficult, but I'm going to take a look. Okay, so what I ended up choosing is Spring of Ruin by J.L. Vampa, and this is the 3rd book in the Sisters Solstice series. This is definitely a spring book. It's right in the title, and I've really been wanting to read these books in their season. So this worked out really well, actually, and it's also continuing a series I've really been enjoying. But more about this series. In the first book, The Autumn of the Grimoire, we follow Sister Autumn, who is one of 4 Sisters Solstice. And each sister takes the grimoire during her season, and during her time, she has to do the grimoire's bidding. And during Agatha, Sister Autumn's turn, she usually gets terrible things like starting wars, starting plagues, all of the worst tasks she feels she gets. And this time around, the grimoire tells her to go to a kingdom and marry the prince there, which she really does not want to do. And then once she gets there, she realizes there are some dark secrets that this kingdom is hiding, and she gets wrapped up in all of that. And I really liked this series. The first book was 4 stars, the second book was 4.5. So I'm hoping they're just going to continue to get better. But I love like a dark, gothic, paranormal romance, so I've really been enjoying this, and I'm excited to continue. All right, let's go ahead and pick the second prompt. I'm hoping my good luck continues, and we get something that will also be helpful. Okay, this one's not great. Person on the cover. Those tend to be more contemporary romance books. Those aren't my favorite. That's not really what I've been in the mood for. I actually have read a few recently. One of them I DNF'd, really didn't like. The other 2 I really enjoyed. So we'll see. Maybe this will work out. But let me take a look. Alright, this actually did end up working out pretty well. What I picked is Carl's Doomsday Scenario. This is the 2nd book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I really liked the first book, and I've been wanting to continue. And I forgot that there are people on these covers, so this worked out. It's also continuing a series. But a little bit about this series. In the first book, Dungeon Crawler Carl, we follow Carl, and one night his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut, escapes out of their apartment, and he runs out after her in the middle of the night. And while he's out there, every man-made structure collapses and goes underground, and everyone inside of these structures is gone. And then Carl hears an announcement that everyone left on Earth either has to find an entrance to the dungeons underground and enter, or they're stuck on Earth to try to survive. So Carl grabs Princess Donut and he heads to one of these entrances and heads down into the dungeons. And once he gets down there, he finds out that he's now on this reality show put on by another planet. And this reality show works kind of like a video game. They have to fight monsters, there's boss battles, they get loot boxes, experience points, there's health bars. And being the most entertaining, getting the most views is important because people can sponsor them and send them things that will help them. So basically everyone in the dungeons is fighting to survive and to be the most interesting. And there's a limited amount of time that they get to find the staircase down to the next level. And they have to get through 18 levels, I believe, to finish the dungeons. And obviously as they go, the levels get harder and harder. And I really like this series. We get a lot of good conversations in this series about capitalism and corporate greed, among many other things. And I also just really like the way it's written. I've never read anything with this kind of style, how it's like a video game, and I didn't think I would like it, but I'm actually really enjoying it. I love Princess Donut, I really liked Carl, and I'm definitely excited to continue this one. Alright, on to prompt number 3. I think I'm going to pick 5 prompts and then pick my series to continue, so I will have 6 books total on my TBR. But let's see what prompt number 3 is going to be. Okay, well this isn't great. I got pick a contemporary romance, and I was just talking about how I don't really feel like reading contemporary romance, but let me take a look. Alright, so I picked Mile High by Liz Tomforty, and this is the first book in the Windy City series, and everyone talks about this series. This is a contemporary sports romance series. I believe they're all interconnected standalones, but I know a lot of people really love this series. I've been wanting to give it a shot. It's on my spring TBR. I also know a lot of people don't love this first book, but I'm going to give it a shot. And in this one we have a hockey player named Xanders, and the team's flight attendant named Stevie. That's all I really know about it, but I'm really excited to finally start this series. All right, prompt number 4. I'm really hoping for something that works for my library books. Let's see. Lori's pick. Yay! Okay, so I can pick whatever I want, and I'm gonna pick one of my library books. And I'm gonna pick The Liar's Knot by M.A. Carrick. This is the second book in the Rook and Rose trilogy. I really loved the first book. I've been dying to read the second book, and this is the one that is due back at the library the soonest, and it's pretty thick, so I want to get to it soon. This is a fantasy trilogy set in a place called Nadezhra, and Nadezhra is one of 2 city-states that was created after the end of the war, where the Leganti invaded the Vrasenians, and to end this war, they agreed to split the land into 2, with control of Nadezhra going to the Leganti, and all 5 seats in the Sinkarat, which rules over Nadezhra, are held by Leganti nobility. And our main character, Ren, is originally from Nadezhra, but she fled from a crime family that she was formerly a part of, and now she is back and is trying to con her way into the Trimentis family, one of the noble families in Nadezhra, wanting to secure wealth for her and her sister. And she ends up getting wrapped up in the nobility's games, trying to work her way up. And then she also ends up getting wrapped up in trying to solve what's going on with this nightmare magic that shows up in Nadezhra. And there's a really cool magic system in this. It ended up having kind of a darker, creepier feel that I really liked. So I'm really excited to continue this one. Alright, for my 5th and final prompt, I'm really hoping for something that I could use for Silvercloak, and then I could use my continuing series. I could continue Throne of Glass and get Air of Fire on the list, but we'll have to see. Hoping my good luck hasn't run out. Okay, multi-POV. Is Silvercloak multi-POV? I don't know. I'm gonna find out. So unfortunately, Silvercloak is not multi-POV, but I did pick a series that I'm continuing, so that's good. I picked Jade War by Fonda Lee, and this is the second book in the Green Bone saga. I really enjoyed the first book. I've been wanting to continue, so this works out well. This is like an urban fantasy trilogy. And in the first book, Jade City, we follow the Call family, who leads one of 2 crime families on the island of Kekon. And the island of Kekon is the only place that has this rare magical jade. And this jade gives certain people superhuman abilities, but only people with the right heritage and training can use this jade, and only in certain amounts. Different people can kind of handle different amounts of jade. Tensions have been escalating between the Calls and the other crime family on the island, and they are preparing for the potential of a war. In the first book, I believe we followed the 2 brothers, the cousin, and the sister. It was definitely multi-POV. I really enjoyed the different family dynamics in this one, seeing how all of their relationships are different, and how everyone's place in this crime family kind of works. The magic system with this jade was really interesting. Things were definitely tense at the end of book 1. I'm really excited for book 2. I think it's only going to get better from here on. So I'm definitely glad to be continuing this one. But picking my final book, my series to continue, I'm going to pick Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, and this is the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series. And in this series, we follow Selena Sardothian, who is an assassin, and she was captured and has been sent to Endovir prison, where she works in the mines, and she is meant to be there for the rest of her life. And then one day, the prince and the captain of the royal guard show up and offer her a deal where if she goes with them back to the castle and competes in trials to become the king's champion and wins, she will serve the king for, I think, 4 years, and then she will have her freedom. So she agrees to go and compete in these trials. And that's just where book 1 starts. Things take a lot of crazy turns, and I'm pretty sure it's about to just get even crazier based off of the way book 2 ended. I've been dying to read this one. It's also one of the library books that I need to get back, so I'm definitely glad to get this one on the TBR. But that's going to be all of the books on my official TBR for June. I'm also hoping to read Silvercloak because it also needs to go back to the library. It's only like 400 and something pages. I'm hoping I can squeeze it in somewhere. But let me know in the comments below what you're hoping to get to this month. I will leave my Bookstagram and my Goodreads in the description if you're interested. I would really appreciate it if you checked them out. But that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope to see you all in the next one.